Okay, let's go to our money desk now, and Devan Murugan is with us again. So, Devan, it's all done and dusted. We heard the wise words from the president yesterday in the Sona. What's been the general reaction?
Yeah, so from business, I mean, look, I think one of the big things, Tony, is that business, basically, their message is that they seen a Sona that didn't deny the state of the economy. So that's one good point. But yesterday's State of the Nation delivery, did it hit the right buttons for business as far as investment is concerned? Well, some of the reaction from the business fraternity suggests that the president was honest and didn't understate the economy's dire state. We spoke to a few economists about President Cyril Ramaphosa's speech and whether or not it did raise confidence for the much-needed potential investors. So let's take a look at some of the economic reflections in that speech. Now, as far as the energy crisis is concerned, there's been a commitment to rapidly increase generation capacity outside of Eskom. A Section 34 ministerial determination will be issued shortly to give effect to the Integrated Resource Plan. Now, that will allow municipalities to purchase power outside of the national grid. More details on a sovereign wealth fund and a state bank will emerge in the finance minister's budget speech, and that's scheduled for later this month. So very scant details on the fund and where the money will come from. Safe to say it's aimed at growing the country, and he says a state bank will extend access to or for financial services to all South Africans. And then there's the very big burning issue of getting millions of the country's young people into jobs. There will be an allocation of 1% of the national budget to a youth employment initiative. The plan includes targeted skill building. The expansion of the existing youth employment service is also on the cards as well. Then the big issue that many of the businesses, as well as just ordinary South Africans using mobile services, were banging about for a few years, the issue of the licensing of high-demand spectrum for the country. Well, the president says that the authority, ICASA, will issue those licenses by the end of this year. The main aim, of course, is to reduce data prices. So that's some of the salient points mentioned as far as the economy is concerned in last night's Sona address. Now, at the same time, ratings agencies have started to react to the president's address. Fitch, which has the country's credit rating in junk status, says the speech highlights South Africa's challenges with regards to its credit rating. The agency says it continues to see load shedding as a problem for the economy. Fitch says it is still unclear whether licenses for independent power producers will be easily obtainable. On the bloated public sector wage bill, the agency says it does not expect any commitment soon. So it's not the best of reactions from the ratings agencies so far. Well, let's take a look to see what's been going on the markets today. Well, they all share slightly in the positive this afternoon. Internationally, there are hopes that the spread of the coronavirus will soon peak. So if you look globally, markets are gaining traction as the week ends. The JSE, though, just slightly dipping into the positive. The oil price is up significantly this afternoon, and here's why. It's been backed by expectation that major producers will implement deeper output cuts to offset slowing demand in China. And remember, that's been caused by the coronavirus. So whenever you have threats of cuts, the oil price goes up. At the moment now, $57.10 a barrel. As far as the local currency is concerned, the rand is about 10 cents higher or thereabout from overnight levels. So that's been the reaction so far to the Sona debate, but we're going to have all eyes on the national budget. That will affect the currency in about 2 weeks from now. For the moment, 16.08 to the euro, 19 rand 35 cents for a British pound. All right, Tony, that's where we leave it for now.
Thank you so much, Devan. And now I wish I had a little bit of gold stacked away in my house at the moment.
Indeed, it's doing pretty well at the moment.
Very well.